Hello, guys. Welcome to another trade recap. Today, we are flat. Yes, guys, we are flat one more time, third time this week. But let's just go ahead and explain what I was looking today, especially. So, let me just move this bitch out of the way. So, I was looking into the market initially. We were around, let's say we are here. I forgot to. Here we go. So, when I was in the morning, I was looking for shorts initially, and the reason for that was because we finally kind of like exited this range that we were on during the whole week, pretty much since Tuesday, since the drop on Monday. And I was like, okay, we kind of like already got out of the range over here. Oh, shoot, over here. So I was like, okay, I think I'm interested in shorts. I want to see if we can use this area as a resistance point so we can reject lower. That was some of the ideas that I got in when we got here on the push high. I was like, okay, nice. I can look for some kind of double break to the downside. I really like the shorts, and also because we were pretty much under everything. The WAPs were pointing down. Value areas were also were above us. So pretty much for me in the morning was shorts or nothing, to be honest. But I mean, we got the fucking rally up in the opening, so pretty much shorts were out of my scope, pretty much. Especially once we cross over here, now we can like suggest maybe longs are gonna be the play over here. And I think NQ actually was the one that provided a really clean bounce. Yeah, around here there was a really nice bounce over here, but I mean NQ did not flip the BWAPs until pretty much clearly until like lunchtime over here. So I wouldn't be taking them long, if I'm being fully honest, on NQ, especially because I mean this week has been kind of tricky. I have seen that this week, like, well, we just have some news coming in right now, apparently. But usually what I have seen on this week is that we're gonna have this expansion high, or we're gonna create a range, and most likely we're just gonna be chopping around, and then we go lower. Like for example, like today, like I mean, probably was just news, but I was kind of low key expecting this in a sense. I was looking to probably see price trend lower, like so, and then look for that retest to push lower. Um, but I mean, once I saw the BWAPs crossing and also NQ already having the BWAPs crossing too for bullish, I was like, okay, you know what? Peace out, guys. Like I'm done. Like, it's Friday. Most likely we're gonna chop. It's Friday. No news. I think there was news at 10. I think, but not like a big deal. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna call it a week. Go back and study what actually happened this week, what I can improve. And also, I'm going to be working on the monthly review. Another thing I'm planning to work on was actually getting TradeZilla next week. I haven't never used TradeZilla. I know a bunch of people on the SFX group use TradeZilla, and most of them, I think I will say 95% of them do their markups and DRCs on TradeZilla. So I'll probably just give it a try, just 1 month, get some code from discount, and just see what it's actually if it's actually good. Because I was kind of like, mm, well, not skeptical, but I mean, I have all my data in Ocean, guys. Like all my data, fucking trades since I would say 2 years ago, at least. So I have all my data, all my markups, all my backtesting was in Notion. So I mean, I want to still keep that information. I will see if there's a way if I can download that information into my computer like locally, and also I will see if there's TradeZilla has that option. I'm not fully sure though, but just to have it over there. And yeah, guys, today I'm flat. I think a possibly a trade could have been this one over here. You can say that we are kind of like using this zone as support over here. We have previously BWAP, and probably we can look at something like this. Stop under this lows under overnight, kind of like this. And we can just time it with a 15-minute candle, so we can probably just take a trade over here and then look to trade back to point of control over here. That will probably my trade. If I need to take a trade, I think this will be the trade that I will be looking forward to. But I mean, I was looking for at least for a balance from BWAP and then reassess from there if I want to really want to take some longs or shorts. But I never got a full pullback to BWAP. I know NQ got it this time, so that can be an extra confidence for me to say, okay, I mean, NQ might bounce here too, so I just take the long over here and I can just have my stop under this lows. I leave it under this lows if I so I can hold if price decides to wake out this bitch and use overnight. I can just hold that and continue for the move higher. But yeah, guys, I mean, this week has been kind of slow. I'm not gonna lie, but as an overall week, it was good. Um, we had 2K in profit on one of the combines, and that's pretty much it. Like that's gonna be like the biggest trade I actually took ever. First of all, so far on combines, and also, I mean, it was the biggest trade pretty much this week. I mean, it hasn't been really a lot of action on my end, and I just been trying to be a little bit more defensive on this condition because I know ranging condition are not the best for me. You know. Also, I've been trying to understand how I can do better in these ranging conditions. And one thing I will say is that I think I need to be more scalpy. And there was something we were like talking about, or I just mentioned one of the groups that I'm in with one of the boys from trading. It's the same thing. It's the guy from ASFX. We did another group and stuff. We were just talking about the trades and stuff. And I would say, I mean, I was saying that we need to be like scalpy with our trades right now, especially because we're like so volatile. Like I mentioned yesterday on the trade recap, like you're blinking, bro, and then you already moved 20 points. So that's easy profit. So that's one way of looking at it. And also on the Black Shirt Club call that we had today, Cameron said kind of the same thing. Go a little bit heavier with normal size, but just have a thorough stop and a tighter take profit since we're fucking moving, you know. So I mean that's another take I will take for that's another take I will take for next week and see how it goes. I mean, I hope next week could be a little bit better. I know next week it's gonna be also a short week because we have 4th July on Friday. I know it's not on Friday, but the markets I think it's gonna be half day on Friday. So we'll have only 4 days of trading, sadly, you know. But I mean, for sure, I'm gonna go back to this month and see um, why I'm taking losses and also how I can improve my trading in this type of conditions or ranging conditions. Because I used to have like I guess a plan for this type of ranges because in the start of the year we were just pretty much just ranging on the opening range like this, and then I will just wait for a clear leg out in either direction, and then wait for the pullback, and that's usually the money right there, bro. Usually, for what I was seeing at the start of the year, and that's not really happening right now. So I need to go back to the entire month of June and see what's actually going on. I already this is something that have been done like for a while already, but I think it's really worth this time to take even more time to look back to my markups, to look back to my entries and my thoughts on these conditions and on my trading this month, so I can improve better for next month. Because I think the month starts at the half of the week next week. So I need to do my monthly review this weekend, and for sure I will. I usually for my monthly reviews, I just go back to my all my DRCs on my journal days on Notion and look for what was the setup that I took for the win and what was the setup that I took for loss and why I lost the trade, or find some main characteristics of the losing trades. I most likely focus on the losing trades because for the win rate for trading BWAP, it's not that it's really good. The win rate's usually it's like 70%. So I usually look for the losses and understand what I did wrong. If it was the market conditions, if it was news, if it was the range we were in, if I was too impatient, for example, like yesterday, if it was a good loss or bad loss, you know, something that can be avoided or not. So just I'm looking for those characteristics on those losses, and for the wins, it's really simple. Like for example, on May, I think most of my wins were double breaks because I did my monthly review, and most of the wins were double breaks most of the time, and the losses were pretty much shorts, basically shorts in either direction. So yeah, I just go back and understand what I actually did wrong and good, so I can just be better as a trader. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing else to say. New month next week. Let's keep it tight. I really want to be still focusing on being more selective with my trading right now, especially on the ranging conditions. And I will give you guys a update on what I discovered on my monthly review and what are gonna be the next focus points on my trading for the next month, because I think that's gonna be really important for me to progressing at this point, at the point that I'm in right now. And also I'm gonna tell you guys what I did on my TradeZilla once I get it set up, because I think there's like a first of all, I don't know how to fucking use TradeZilla. I need to actually look it up how to use it. I know if I ask one of the guys can help me set it up and understand how it works, but I don't think it should be that complicated though. But I think there is like a playbook feature, something like that. So I will be taking a look at that for the um break and retest and double break stuff. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys made money today. And if you got chopped today or you lost money, it's okay. New week next week. Let's reset, understand what we did wrong, what we did good this week. And yeah, guys, I highly will recommend you guys to do a monthly review, have the time, or make the time at least to go back to at least on some of the losses and the wins of this month, and understand some behavior patterns or thinking patterns that can help you this month that it's coming up, or some thinking or patterns that are actually hurting your trading, so we can fix those next month. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys have a nice weekend and enjoy your weekend, and see you guys next week. Take care.